This morning. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning.
I'm so glad that you're here. I've never never done this kiting type of activity. Tell me about hard water kiting. How did it all begin?
We got into it years ago, about 12 years ago. We got some trainer kites, taught ourselves how to fly, hooked up with an outfit over in Burlington called Stormboarding, which was the original snow kite school in the country. She's since closed up the works to pursue a nonprofit called Rosalia Project, which is about cleaning up the oceans, and she asked us to kind of pick up the torch, and that was 2 years ago.
Wow, all right.
We've been doing it ever since.
You're sort of the hub now. No,
yeah.
Describe the whole experience. What do you have on your feet? What do you have around your body and in your hands? How's it
we have skis or snowboards on our feet. You can use anything. You can use ice skates if it's really light wind, and if it's hard, just glass ice. A lot of people will go out and skate. On light wind days, it's just glorious. You're just cruising around. It's no problem.
And you have total control. Is it like sailing in a bit?
It's very much like sailing. You can tack upwind, downwind. A common misconception is you throw the kite up and you just get dragged down the lake, which that's not the case at all. And it's not paragliding. You're not gliding all.
You're not actually going up in the air.
You can jump. The kite, if you bring it from the sail position, which is across the wind, to up high, and then redirect and pull the bar, and it'll change the angle of attack, and then it becomes a wing, and the kite will lift you up.
Wow.
You don't even need a kicker or anything, but if you have a kicker, it makes it a lot easier.
I bet. We're seeing some video now. Is this you behind the camera?
That's some helmet cam footage. That's over on Long Lake, flying with some of the locals over in Maine.
Like, how big is this sport in this area?
It's not huge. It's kind of underground. So, I mean, it's been going on. Like I said, we've been riding for 12 years.
Yeah.
It's getting bigger. We have a pretty good-sized snow kite community.
Right. Well, I imagine anyone who likes a little bit of speed, a little bit of fun, especially for folks to try something new, this might be it. How fast do you get going?
My personal best is 74 miles an hour.
And that's a world record, correct?
That's a world record. That's a global speed ranking record that was hosted by Stormboarding. We have since taken over that ranking. Last year we had 27 participants, like regular participants, over the season. This year, everybody's got deep snow this year that's participating, so the speeds are much lower.
Right.
But the powder days have been great, so nobody's complaining. But this year we're offering a new pair of Volcal Super G skis at random. We're going to raffle it off at the end of the year. So you don't have to be the fastest to win the ski, but the more you submit your ranking, the better your chances of winning. So it's a good time, and people, it's just for fun. I mean, people are submitting their personal best speeds. If it's 23 miles an hour, they're just psyched to have it, and we're just psyched to post it.
Yeah,
so
well, the more people you can get, and you guys, that's why you offer lessons. This isn't. I mean, this is a gear kind of intensive sport.
Yes.
So I know I wouldn't have strapped myself in. You did it 12 years ago.
Yes.
And you guys went and you taught yourselves, but really a lesson is the way to go. How do people sign up for a lesson?
They just contact us. It's a wind-based sport, so if we don't have any wind, depending on the lesson, we can do certain lessons, like the beginning lesson, the level 1 certification is almost entirely ground school. It's learning the parts of the kite, how to set up the kite, how to pack the kite, how to use the harness, all that stuff. We usually get a little bit of flying in just to get a taste for it, and then we go level 2 and level 3. That's mostly flying, and then flying and riding.
Oh, wow.
And then we also offer a full day intensive course, which is 5 hours, and it's just, beginning to end, level 1 into level 3, and if we have the time, we'll get into jump theory at the end of the level 3.
Jump theory, nice. Now, what's the physical type of nature of this sport? Do you have, how strong do you have to be? Can kids do it?
Kids can do it. We have a policy, we won't take students less than 12 years of age. But anybody can do it. The majority of our clients range in age from 30 to mid-60s. You don't have to be super fit. A lot of people think that you have to be. It's all upper body.
You're kind of harnessed in.
You're harnessed in. You're wearing something like this.
Okay.
Which
looks nice and padded.
It's nice and padded. It's super comfortable. Looks a lot like a climbing harness.
Yes, it does.
So this hook is what you're hooking the kite into, and the load is on your body. It's not on your arms. And It's beautiful. It's the skiing element is no different than alpine skiing or alpine snowboarding. And on powder days like we've had this year, you get first tracks all day because it just keeps filling in.
That's amazing. So where do you do this? Where do you take people out?
We have 40 launch sites within a 40-minute drive from North Conway Village. Most of them we try to stay within a 10 or 15-minute drive. We ride on Silver Lake, Conway Lake, Shakorowa Lake. We're mostly lake-based. That's where the best wide open spaces are. Usually the best snow conditions and the best wind, the smoothest wind. You want, in a mountain environment, it's going to be turbulent,
yes.
So you're going to want fairly smooth winds. The lakes are where it's at. We don't have much open space that's land-based. We do have an agreement with some farms over the border in Maine and on the border of Maine, New Hampshire. So if we don't have ice, we can still do lessons on land, but we prefer the lake-based
yeah, nice
stuff.
windy, open area.
Yeah.
Now, how much does it cost to take a lesson?
We have several lesson packages. Our basic intro to kiting package is $100.
Okay.
And it's an hour-long program, and it includes this kite. It's a 1.3 meter trainer.
Wow.
And you get to take the kite home.
You get to have it?
You keep the kite.
For $100?
For $100.
Lesson
We sell the kite for $75. So it's a really good deal.
That's an excellent deal.
And for us, the biggest thing with return...
I just don't believe it. I'm just kidding. That's awesome.
The hardest part with learning, as far as our students go, is we have students that take a lesson. You know, most of them are from away. We have students as far away as South Africa.
Wow.
And our farthest this year is Ireland.
Really?
A water rider from Ireland came
cool.
and took a coaching clinic. You know, if you're a beginner, the hardest part is getting your kite handling skills down.
Yeah.
If you can take this home, then you just fly it whenever you get a chance. It's a super friendly kite. Anybody can fly it, and it doesn't generate a ton of pull.
Yeah.
It's just to give you handling skills. And flying a 1.3 meter is no different than flying a 24 meter.
So you get all your skills down pat, you have that muscle memory, and then you can move on to the bigger
Exactly.
kites. Okay, so how do they find you? Where do they go online?
We have hardwaterkiter.com.
Okay.
That's our website, and our phone number is 603-986-2784.
Oh, that's so cool. I'm totally sold. I'm going to take a lesson. I'm going to get the little kite. My little guys are going to be jealous. They're going to be like, look at Mom.
It's a good time.
It sounds like a great time. And did we get everything that we need to get out?
I think so.
All right. So, folks, you know, get kiting this winter. What another great way. One thing before you go that I want to ask you, what do you typically wear when you...
It's no different than any sort of alpine skiing environment in regards to clothing. You know, you want to wear layers. We tend, you know, in the springtime, you're dressing more for like you would if you're cross-country skiing. Okay. Because you're going to be warm.
Okay, so you are, and you are working it.
And you are working it.
Yeah.
So, but in the wintertime, it's, you know, most people, if you're already a skier or a snowboarder,
right.
all you need is the kite and the harness. And, you know, we sell Ozone, Fly Surfer, Peter Lynn, and HQ Kites. We're the dealer in New Hampshire, most of New England actually, for all that stuff. And we also sell harnesses, and we've got we've got wind meters.
This all through online, or do you have a location?
We do it all online. We don't have a brick and mortar location, just because we're always on the move.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's a lot easier.
What is this?
That's a wind meter. These things are great. You know, wind meters generally cost, you know, $100 or so. Get that open. I can't get it open.
You just can't ever open it.
I can't get it open.
I'm just kidding.
But the way this wind meter works is you plug it into your smartphone.
Oh.
Or your tablet or whatever. And you just upload the app, plug these little weather flows in, and you're now a mobile weather station.
Oh, I see. Okay, so if I turn around, you see how it, let me get it right here, how it plugs in.
So you just plug it in, and you become a mobile weather station. It will upload to ikitesurf.com.
Yeah.
Anybody in the world can see what the wind is doing at your location in real time. You can also upload it to Facebook, share it with all your friends, and we sell them for $35.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, very cool. All right, so hardwaterkiter.com is a place online. You can find all this gear. You can sign up for lessons, I imagine, there too. And if you have more questions, you can call Chris at the number. It's 986-2784. 2784. Well, Chris, thank you so much. I learned a lot today. I'm so inspired to get out there. Again, $100 gets you a lesson, and you get your own kite to bring home. Now, in addition to the kite, do you need to purchase an additional harness?
No, with the trainer kite, you can use a rock climbing harness.
Okay.
A gazillion years ago, back in the day when this all started, a lot of people were using rock climbing harnesses, and a lot of people still do. The difference between the rock climbing harness and, say, this harness is the spreader bar and pad. This actually makes things a lot more comfortable. If you don't have the spreader bar, it pulls and the straps get tightened.
I got you.
It's not very good for long term.
Okay, I got you.
But and the trainer kite, this trainer kite here, it's all there's no strapping in. It's all that's actually all done on your arms, but it's such a low pull kite, even if the wind's blowing 40 knots, it's effortless.
So if you let it go, is the thing going to go flying? And
if you let it go, it's got a wrist leash.
Oh, okay.
And the wrist leash is attached to a single line, so it flags out.
Oh, okay.
So
you don't keep the tension on it,
it just dies, falls out of the sky.
All right, well, Chris, thanks again. I appreciate it. Again, hardwaterkiter.com is a place online.